Axl Rose fronting Motley Crue is a rock and roll fantasy worth exploring. Is it a wild idea? Absolutely. But in a world where band feuds, unexpected reunions, and shocking replacements have become the norm, could it actually happen? Today, we're diving into a scenario that could shake up the rock world. Axl Rose stepping in as Motley Crue's lead singer. For decades, Axl Rose and Vince Neil weren't exactly the best of friends. Let's rewind to the late 80s, a time when both Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue were at their peak. Tensions flared when Vince Neil accused Guns N' Roses guitarist Izzy Stradlin of assaulting his wife at the MTV Video Music Awards. But what if Axl Rose took the role of fronting Motley Crue? Here's the thing. Axl Rose has already proven he can step into another legendary band and deliver. Remember when he filled in for Brian Johnson in AC/DC? Fans were skeptical at first, but once he hit the stage, he absolutely crushed it. The guy had the power, the range, and the stage presence to command one of the biggest rock bands in history. Now imagine him doing that, but with Motley Crue. Now, would Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee ever entertain the idea of bringing in Axl Rose? Probably not. Motley Crue has always been about their own identity, and letting an outsider, especially one with Axl's level of fame, in front of the band might not sit well with them. Then again, if they were serious about keeping the band alive and delivering top-tier performances, it might not be the worst idea. Following the firing of Vince Neil in 1992, Motley Crue hired John Corabi as their new lead singer prior to the recording of their 1994 self-titled album. Due to the rise of grunge and alternative rock at this time, the band tried adapting their sound to keep up with the trends, and it ultimately turned off many of their fans. Corabi acknowledged the downfall of Crue's success with him as the frontman. Neil returned in 1997, and the band released Generation Swine later that year.
One question that we did actually get from a listener was there or are there any existing studio track recordings of you doing any songs on Generation Swine? And if so, how much of that album was actually done before the lineup actually changed?
Well, I'm sure there are some tracks, but Tommy, Nikki, and the Motley guys would have those. Part of my deal when I left was that I had to take whatever studio tracks that I had, whether they were on cassette or DAT or whatever. I had to kind of turn them in because it was property of the band. So I don't have anything, but if I'm sure Motley does have some tracks. And as far as how much of the record was done, I'd say probably, I don't know, 70, 80% of the record.
Wow. Okay. That's definitely interesting. I'm sure.
Last year, John Corabi said there was so much drama in Motley Crue, which led to his departure and Vince Neil's return to the band.
Thing that a lot of people don't understand is when I say there was so much drama in that band and turmoil. And so when they told me that they were bringing Vince back, there was a huge part of me that was bummed and kind of upset. But there was another part of me that felt like I felt like there was, I don't know what it would be in kilos. I know you guys do kilos, but I felt like a 300-pound man was standing on my shoulders. Do you know what I mean? And so I was actually relieved at the same time, if that makes any sense at all.
I understand.
So you get that going on all the time. But and it's funny now, this interview is going to come out. It's going to go global, and everybody's got, God damn it, he's talking about Motley again. Doesn't that guy have anything better to talk about?